You may think that helping people will put you guys' relationship in a better place and help them get out of their negative situation, and just be this whole positive thing that will bring about positive results. That is not usually the case. 99% of the time, if you help people too much, it's actually really bad. So what I mean when I say stop doing favors for people is stop taking the initiative to help people with things unless they absolutely need your help and they've asked you for help. If they don't ask you for help, don't take it upon yourself to dole out a whole bunch of money on their birthday or some sort of celebration that concerns them just because you have and they don't. Let me explain to you what happens when you continue to help people and you do big favors for people. So the first few times when you do a favor for a person and it's like a major thing that maybe no one's ever done for them before, they'll be very excited and they'll tell you, they'll be surprised, and you can see it on their face. But you know what? After a while, if you continue to do this, people will get used to the favors that you do, no matter how large a favor it is. It doesn't matter how much you're sacrificing to help them with something, they will get used to it. We human beings, we can get used to anything, okay? Let's say the idea of spending $100,000 every day is a big deal to you right now. If someone puts you in a position where you're able to spend $100,000 every day, trust me, a time is going to come when you're going to get so used to spending that much money that you will actually begin to exceed that amount and spend more and more money every day. It's the same thing when you do favors for people. If you do something big for them, they'll appreciate it and they'll be shocked. But if you continue to help them with big favors, you continue to give them lots of money, maybe on Christmas or on their birthday, they'll get used to it. And a time is going to come when that favor is actually not that big of a deal to them anymore. And they will begin to expect you to do even more than that. That is why you don't want to do favors for people unless they absolutely need to, and do just enough. Don't go overboard. This is a typical example. These two friends, I'm just gonna give a quick recap for people who aren't familiar with it so that people are not confused when they watch this video. So these two girls are fighting. They've been friends for a long time. This is a very quick summary, guys, because this is not like a drama channel. So these two have been friends for a long time, and suddenly there's this fight on TV and on social media about China saying she gave Treasure money, Treasure saying she didn't give her money, or like only gave her $5,000 on her birthday, which was in September or October. And so it's causing a fight, and I see a lot of people like taking sides and saying that if you do a favor for someone, don't throw it in their face. I don't know what throw it in their face means, because if an argument comes up where someone says you didn't do something for me and you did something for that person, I think that it's okay for you to say, yes, I did this for you, I did this for you at this time, and I did this for you at this time. That's not throwing it in their face. That's just you reminding them that what they're saying is incorrect and you actually did help them. So in many cases, I feel like with public opinion, the wealthier person usually gets the blame in this kinds of arguments, and they're easier to hate. Just because they have so much, people feel as though, I don't know, they have earned the hatred for some reason. I don't know the mentality that goes behind it, but anyway, this is a problem between these two, China and Treasure, right? I watched the clip of Treasure saying, oh, you only gave me $5,000 last September on my birthday, you give everybody $5,000. And the impression I got was, this is not a big deal. This is something you do for everyone. So giving $5,000 to me is not that big of a deal. I saw this on her live when I think it was in the live, not in the TV show, but in the live that she made, crying afterwards. And if you don't know who these people are or what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. This is not a video about them. This is just about the topic. It just so happens that they're split out on social media, so I'm using them as an example. But yeah, so this is a typical example. Like, can you imagine like a friend of yours that gives money to you, like on your birthday? You don't give her money, she gives you money, right? $5,000, and she gives other people money too. Because remember, she has other people in her life as well that she helps, and she gives her $5,000, and you're arguing with her, and there come a time where you actually say, you just gave me $5,000 last September. You give everyone $5,000. It's just what you do. Can you imagine that? $5,000 is some people's paycheck for an entire month, and someone just gives it to you. She probably didn't even ask for the $5,000. And now the impression that Treasure is creating is that China should have done, China could have done more. Not should have, but could have done more, because she goes out shopping and she spends $12,000. So $5,000 is nothing to her. I think she even said that. Like, $5,000 is nothing to China. So I mean, just because a person is wealthy doesn't mean that they have to continue to increase the amount of money that they give to their friends. They don't even have to give anything to their friends, to be honest. And this is a very dangerous thing, and this is why it's bad to be too generous. If you are too generous, people will continue to expect more and more and more from you. It will never end. Don't do favors for people unless they absolutely need it, and only do just as much as they need. Don't do too much. If somebody needs to pay for, I don't know, an exam, or someone needs, let's say someone needs $2,000 for a plane ticket, don't go giving them $3,000 so they can have a little extra money for other things. No, you give them the $2,000 that they need for the plane ticket. If they need more money for something else, let them ask for that, and then you give it to them. Don't take it upon yourself to like pull people completely out of poverty, because first of all, you can't even do it. Only people can pull themselves out of poverty. You can only do so much, and they have to like pick up the slack at some point, because you know, people have their own minds and they're not going to do everything that you ask them to do anyway. So it's not as if when you give someone money, you get to tell them, this is what you do with the money, this is how you spend it, this is what time you should do this and that. You can't do that. You just give them the money and they do what they want to do with it. They may not even do what they told you they were going to do with it, but it's not up to you after that. All you can do is give them the money. So in the same way that you don't have a say in how they go about spending the money that you've given them, in the same way, they don't have a say in how much money you give them, okay? Don't do favors for people unless they absolutely need it. You're not being selfish, you're being smart. This will actually help you guys' relationship in the long run, because they will learn how to do things for themselves, and they will learn to treat you as a human being. Which brings me to my next reason why you should not go overboard in doing favors for people, which is they will stop seeing you as a human being, and you will become the person that they call when their life becomes difficult. You will become the favor goddess or the favor god that does favors for them and takes care of their problems. They will stop calling you just to chat. They will stop calling you to inquire about your life, your health, your work, your school, your studies, whatever you've got going on. They will just stop calling. They will call you though when they have a problem. And this is what happens when you form the habit of like doing favors for people too much, is that they will begin to see you as just, it has a weird effect on people. It's like they stop seeing you as a human being. You just become this person that they call when they need something, or the person they call to say hello to, just in case they need something, so that they can call you and not feel guilty. It's very dangerous. I tell people all the time, don't do it. They will call you selfish or greedy or whatever. That's fine, but it's for your own sanity, and it's to protect the relationship that you have with people. So don't go around doing extra favors for people. People will not appreciate it. They will continue to ask for more and more and more, and they'll begin to ask more often. And the day that you don't do the favor that they want you to do, they will make it seem as if you have turned into this monstrous demon that they did not know that even existed, and you just like came out of the darkest realm of hell or something, and you're like, it's like, who is this person? You have changed. You don't do this for me. You didn't do that. You only did this. Only, that's a word they will use a lot. You only did this, because to them it's just not a big deal that you're doing these things for them, no matter how big of a deal it is to you. So I heard this story, and it really like annoyed me, because it's like, really? You just gave me $5,000 last September? That statement really pissed me off. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it just resonated with me. Like, how can you say that to someone that gave you money when they didn't have to? You know? Like, you don't even... It's just... People are just... Oh my god. Now, there is also a similar case with Nikki and Trina, where we now know that, well, Trina mentioned something about a video not being made, even though the video should have been made. Well, it was posted on her social media that, you know, a video should have been made, but it wasn't, and it seemed as if Nikki was being blamed for not wanting to do a music video with Trina after they collaborated on the music. And it later came out that Nikki did the music collaboration with Trina as a favor because they're friends. So that put everything into perspective. Like, that it changed people's perspective a lot, in saying that, okay, so Nikki actually did this as a favor, but now they're complaining that she's not making a video, and it just made them look so bad. And I understand Trina was not aware that this argument was going on between her camp and Nikki's camp, and she later on came out to say, yeah, don't speak on my behalf or something like that. It's all over social media, guys. Once again, I'm not going to go into the details of that. I just wanted to point that out as an example, that if you do too much of a favor to people, no matter how much you sacrifice, because I know that Nikki must have taken, these celebrities are very busy. For her to have taken the time to make music with a person as a favor is a big deal. Okay, she like, and it doesn't seem as if Trina's camp saw it that way. They expected Nikki to do a video as well when she didn't have to, and it's like they're expecting more. And this is what I was saying, people will always expect more. No matter what you do for them, they will continue to expect more. So it is pointless to overdo for them, because no matter how much you do, they will expect more. And it's just crazy. So I just had to come on here and say this. Don't overdo it when you do favors for people. Just do as much as they need, and that's it. Don't give them extra money for this and this and that, or don't give them extra time for that. Like, we've all been there. If you think, look at your own situation, I'm sure you have had an instance when you've done so much for someone, and to you at the time it was a big sacrifice, only for them to later come to you and sort of trivialize your efforts and make it seem as if it wasn't a big deal, and it can be very hurtful, you know. So I just wanted to remind you guys, don't go around doing favors for people. Let them ask before you do it for them, and only do as much as they need. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.